Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shiva, and please enjoy.
So they started action 2001, interestingly on Earth Day. Who would imagine a little village? And in 2002 they invited me to celebrate 1 year of their satyagraha, their false fight for truth. They were sitting in rotation on the gates of Coca-Cola. And I went down, I went out of inquisitiveness. I said, well, what would women in a little village be fighting Coca-Cola for? And I arrived, there were 100 women and 500 policemen. And when I heard about the destruction, I decided I was going to support them in every way I could. I started to pick up the phone, call the political parties. I said, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Here are the women fighting this giant, and you're not even there to support them. I helped fight legal cases. And we built up a huge movement in support. By 2004, that Coca-Cola plant was shut down. I think it's the first time in the history of Coke that women shut down. A strange economic system has been built that treats Coca-Cola, stealing water, as manufactured by Coca-Cola. You seen it on the label? Pepsi actually writes on its labels, giving back more than we take. You can't give back more water than you take. Ecological impossibility. But for every bottle that comes out, if it's a liter bottle, 10 liters are destroyed. 10 liters. And in a way, just like the 10-mile walk is that breaking point and tipping point for women to say no more, this factor 10 has an interesting recurrence in my work. Every study I've done, activities presented as development for poor countries. What do they count? They count a few dollars earned. Why should people have shrimp farms so you can earn some more money? World Bank imposed that. You can earn some money exporting shrimp. But for every dollar of trade, there's $10 of destruction in the local ecosystem. So every liter of water or liquid or poison traded by Coca-Cola. I mean, that brown liquid. I mean, they made a fool of the whole world. So much something that ruins your teeth, breaks your bones, gives you diabetes, and you got the whole world drinking. All because of their capacity to advertise. And that's the case for most economic activities. Factor 10. Always a shadow, 10 times bigger, an ecological and social shadow. And in terms of the ecological shadow, of course, it's the cost borne by ecosystems, disappearing species, polluted, disappearing water, desertifying soils, and now the big issue of climate change. And the social burden is more work for women, more poverty for the poor. So when all this started, first pledge we took was we will not participate in the patenting and privatization of life and the establishment of monopoly. I did all the work needed in Parliament, government, to ensure our laws don't allow it, and I'm so happy to say that's what happened, even though the pressure from the Monsantos through the White House continues to come on India, and I had to write an open letter last year to President Obama to say stop this pressure, to impose an immoral, unjust, illegal framework on such large numbers. And the consequences of these patents we have now seen. Even though in India Monsanto does not have a patent on cotton, it's been collecting royalties. 80,000% is the price increase after they entered. It used to be 5 rupees a kilogram of cotton seed. Now it's 4,000 rupees. 95% of the cotton seed is now controlled by Monsanto through licensing arrangements with Indian companies, who are now suing Monsanto for exploitation. The government of India has Monsanto in court for illegal collection of royalties. But meantime, we've lost 300,000 farmers who are trapped in debt. Both because these super profits trap them in debt, but also because the seed itself failed more frequently. And that's why whenever people talk about, oh, but without GMOs, how will we feed the world? I said, one guarantee of starving the world is push more GMOs. First, because it's totally unreliable technology, very efficient way to create super weeds and super pests, not to give you more food. And the history of the Roundup resistant weeds emerging on the farmlands of this country is there. But the real issue about the failure of the GM technologies is like the cancer. Chemicals give cancer and the drug companies sell us patented drugs. I have traveled with some of these seed representatives and I would say, you're selling these seeds in areas where there is no irrigation, it's a drought-prone area, they're going to fail. And they just coolly turn around and say, that's fine, we'll just sell more seeds. So the more the failure in the context of nature and society, the more the market success. There is no failure, which is why they must be made to pay.